Happy Homebrew Weekend. On a weekend this time, Saturday, the 20th of September, 2:38 p.m. Do you have children? Because I sure do. 2 of them. It feels like I've got 8. Very good at misbehaving. Let's put it that way. I am finally going to do something that I said I was going to do. I make a lot of promises during these homebrew weekend videos, and I fail to keep most of them. And it's not because I don't want to keep the promises. I don't remember what I promised, but I do remember one thing. It's going to fill this lovely jug up with some delicious fortified vino. And I'm going to explain, because if you've never used a barrel before, you can be like, oh my God, what's going on? And I'm going to talk about my new brewery, what I'm building. I say brewery, what I'm building, like I'm building some commercial thing. No, my little 3-vessel, 50-litre-ish, won't even be 50 litres, 35 litres, something like that, 35-litre kit down here. I'm only going to do little ones, little batches, just enough to fill a regular fermentator to give me one 20-litre keg at a time. It's not even going to be 35 litres. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I will soon. Right. So, first things first, I'm the realist. No, this keg, this barrel. I can't remember when I filled it with water, but I did, and I did it on this camera. So, since then, I don't know how long it's been, 5 days. You don't need to keep it that long at all. I've just ran out of time. I emptied it today, and I emptied it into a 5-litre jug. Just so I could actually kind of see if we got all the water back out, how much we lost to seepage or weepage or whatever, you know, the angel's share, they call it. I think it's that's in whiskey, fermentating or aging or something. But anyway, I emptied it into a 5-litre jug, and I should have probably done it on camera. But what I found was the water went a lovely dark shade of gold, because this is brand new. This is brand spanking new. So a lot of oak character also into the water, like an unbelievable amount. It smelled like barrel aged water, basically. I showed Georgia. I was like, "Smell this! Look at this! It's amazing!" And she's like, "Ew! Do we want alcohol in there?" And the answer is yes, because I want to age my lovely fortified vino. I've got some fantastic Petriti. So Petriti is a metro winery here in Adelaide, known for their fortified wine. Their fortified wine is amazing. And I bought, January of this year, I bought 5 litres of like some of their fortified wine that wasn't ready yet. So the idea is you take it home and you age it. And it's, they sell it for, $50 per 500 ml. It was about 40 or $50 per 5 litres because they haven't done the aging process. So it's up to you. So I thought that'd be a great thing to do. I've ran some sanitizer through here as well, just because I'm a home brewer and we sanitize everything. And yes, I'm going to fill that up. That's going to take about all of 4 seconds and it's going to be boring. But then I've got a date and a time and everything that I've done that on the record. And then I'm going to use my lovely wheat board over here to explain what I'm planning to do with my brewery. Because, and I've spoken about this on here before, my brewery got stolen when I was building my house. More of the Regency Campus Brewery Pale Ale. That's going to be gone before the weekend. No, that's too many beers. I've also drank another keg dry. I think I said that last time. So I've connected up another little 5-litre-y. I've got to brew 20-litre batches is what I've found out, because if I have anyone around at any time, like 5 litres actually does last me quite a bit when I'm missed on my own. But the second I get a mate here, we do 5 litres each in a setting. So tan amazing. So I'm going to draw up what I plan to do with my brewery. We're going to have a little teaching lesson. Bear with me while I get the wine. Okie dokie, schmocky. Now, first thing you want to do is make sure that this ball valve is closed. Done that more than once. I've got a funnel over here. Where's my sanitizer? Over here. Let's quickly give it a squirt. Don't really need to do this, but hey, when in Rome. And then this is how you buy the wine from the winery. The lovely fortified juice. Oh, mamacita. I'm going to pour it in here. So let's hope that this doesn't roll and whatever. And this is marking it. I think I'm going to let it age for, I want to go at least a year. I do not like how that is pouring. Fuck you. This is pouring like shit out of here. I wonder if it's because of the container or because of me. Highly likely my fault. I'm going to get a rag. I have tons of these rags. I love them, but my hands hate them because they do the thing when they're dry. It feels like I want to rip my arm off. It gets all like on my hands. Anyway, don't do that. I also know, like this is the worst thing. I was thinking about it today because I was like, oh, that I could use that container for something, right? I have at my grandmother's house 20 litres of wort that has just been aging in a conditioning cube. And that would have to be for 2 or 3 years. Now, I may have just made the best, most patient sour beer ever, or poison. And I don't know which one. Come on. This is exciting. This is like, it smells so good too. Honestly, Petrides, if you're in Adelaide, try Petrides and do a fortified wine tasting. They are just second to absolute none in fantastic fortified vino. And this is an absolute bargain, by the way. Getting this much of their fortified for this little of a price. As you can see, I've been sampling, refining my palate with some Campus Brewery beer. I was also hanging the whiteboard up today because I would like to use that as my tap register. This is what's on tap. This is the IBU. This is the ABV. Blah 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 blah. The kids found it before I mounted it and wanted to draw on it. And so that's their Halloween picture, which I have got permission to rub off because I took a photo of it and then took a photo of them standing next to it. That's how my kids allow me to sometimes wipe off their pictures. Okay? I'm not evil dad. Quite the opposite. I probably need to learn to be a bit more of a father and less of a friend to my darlings. Georgia, if you're listening, I'm sorry. But I don't know how to fix that. I want like a rack. I used to have like this lovely little, and I would just hang all of my sanitizers off there. I'm going to do that. I'm going to invest. It's a great thing. A great and a bad thing having when you get to the end of your tap and you're sad because your beer's gone, but it's great because you get to make more beer. And I don't even know what's on tap anymore. Like that's the worst part. I've been doing so many of these fresh work kits, and I am really excited about getting back into all grain. That's my love of homebrew and craft beer is all grain, making that. So I'm developing a. I've talked about it for ages, and I've just never done it. Well, I haven't never done it. I've done it before, but we're trying to make beers for purpose, and this time I just want to make a delicious steam ale. One of my first ever like all grain beers that I made that was successful and was delicious was a steam ale. So, and I've made 2 or 3 maybe since, but we never make them because we're normally brewing for a competition or for a purpose, And so now I've just put 9 beers into comp. You know what I mean? Like, I think I should be able to give myself a brew what you want this time instead of what the competition tells you. And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to brew it and I'm going to fill the keg and then drink the keg. Oh. Okay, I know what I have to do. Now, what a predicament. Can you see that? My funnel is full. And it is dripping. I'm going to throw this out and I'm going to have some port. Looks like Petriti were generous and gave me slightly more than 5 litres. Ah, there's port going everywhere. Okay. Fuck, that's good, like right now. Fuck, that's good. So there you have it. I've still got some left in the tank over here. Ring-a-ding-ding. I've actually got a lovely little West Beach Cellars nearby. They let you come and fill up whatever container you want. They've got like fortified wine on tap for like $7 a litre. I might even use that to refill that. And thus, the cycle continues. Where is my anesthetizer? Why do I lose everything? Probably because of the insane amount of alcohol I put into my system. It's going to bother me. Where is it? There you are. Thought you could get away, huh? All right. Barrel shut. And look, I'm not going to leave it the entire year without having a sample. That would be ridiculous. Or exactly what I said I was going to do. But that fortified wine is that good. It would be a travesty to not sample it in the meantime. Okay? Cheers. All right. Now, this homebrew weekend is getting fairly long in the tooth. But I do want to explain what I'm trying to do. So if any of you are, like looking at me going, what are you doing? I can somewhat explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then you can tell me that's dumb because of this. Or you could save money because of this. Or you can, I don't know. You know what I mean? So let's see. I'll do that. I'll just quickly. So here's my thoughts, right? My old system, that is the worst square ever. HLT would go into mash tun. Mash tun would go to pump. Pump would go to another, like, I would recircuit. It had a coil in here, and it would go back to the top here. So the pump would have two outs, and basically the entire mash, it would recirc and come back over the mash bed to do two things: to vol off, to clear it, like clear up the work, and to maintain temp, because this was temp controlled, right? So I'd keep it at like 67 degrees C. The water in there was a coil in there, and it would go through the coil and back onto the thing. And then when I would, like, when that like mash was done, there was like a T piece here, and this would go to a kettle, and there was gas, right? Fire. Blah, 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 right? That was my old system. And these were like kegs that I'd fabbed. It was really cool. Really, really cool, right? So what I want to do now, I'll tell you what I've got and what I plan on doing. So I've just bought a 35 litre digiboil, which is why I thought about a 35 litre system, but it's not, because, you know what I mean? So I've got the digiboil, 35 litres. I'm going to use that as my HLT, right? I have like some cheeky peak 50 litre mash tun thing. It's got like a couple of different arms and da 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 da. But all I'm going to do, very similar to my last one, is HLT, dump for sparge. Then we recirc. So I've got like another like coil thing through here, and I'm doing the exact same thing: temp control and vol off through. I've got like a little 20 litre pot. So there's a 20 litre pot with a coil, 50 litre ish cheeky peak brewery thing, and a pump. And that's going to be used as my HLT. Dump in there with it to get the bed, refill that. The problem I've got is I was going to use the digiboil as the kettle as well, right? But I do think I need a second one, because as I do the main mash, I've kind of got to get the water in the HLT ready for the sparge, but I've got to dump the first runnings into the kettle before I dump the sparge water, because we've got like, I just batch sparge and then do this system where I run it and vol off. So I'm essentially doing the same thing, but I think I need two digiboils, because I was going to use, like, instead of gas, I was going to use the digiboil, the second digiboil, 35 litre, just as a kettle. So that's my plan. These are my thoughts. These are wicked, because these are maybe $150 each, right? 150 each. I've already got the pump. I've already got this. I've already got the coil. I've already got this. That was only like maybe $100. I bought it at a cheeky peak sale. So I figure like a Brewzilla is like, $800, $700, something like that. I'm getting like $300-$400. I know I've already paid for, like, what's a pump? $60. The silicon tubing and stuff. Let's say another $100. So like for $560, let's hope my maths is correct, I'm getting like a full kit, where a Brewzilla would be like a little bit more, and I get to have like a Brewzilla is great, or a Grandfather's great, where it's in that one vessel and you're doing it and it's the whole thing. But I kind of like the home brewer aspect, where you like build your own thing, and it's a little bit more hands-on. It's not just a set and forget thing. And I know that's really good for some applications, like when I'm talking about this as a person who uses like fresh work kits, because that's beer when I want it. But if I want to do like the full all grain experience, I think I want this kind of a system here. So that's my thoughts, and that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck! Unless tell me if I've done something wrong, or I'm like overthinking it, or like I could use the digiboil differently, or because I have other elements, I have other heating elements, I could use it differently, because yeah, sorry, this kit here, I have a false bottom, but I'm actually going to just use brew in a bag, like a bag, to make it easier to get the grain out, because that was a nightmare with my last system. I just had the false bottom and I'd have to scoop all the grain out, whereas I'm just going to use the bag and lift it out, right? That's that. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully this is somewhat entertaining. Thank you for hanging with me. Brew good beer, drink better beer, experiment, have fun. I'm going to see you on the next one.